Hey guys, welcome back to our fifth episode with me and the other yellow girl. And today we're going to talk about one of my favorite shows,
I
Black
like it
Mirror.
too.
Really? Wait, actually?
We've talked about this.
Right. I've seen all
Forgetful.
5 seasons, so like I think I'm the bigger fan. No, I'm kidding. Anyways, our
Sure,
one of our
sure.
favorite shows, Black Mirror. And, this week it's quarantine, so I haven't done anything except stay in my house. So it's like, I'm gonna watch a random Black Mirror episode. So I think I watched one of the darkest episodes there was, Crocodile. I think it's season 4. Have you seen it?
No, I have not. Did you look up darkest
No,
Black Mirror
I
episode?
remember this one was really kind of weird. So, or like, it just made me feel really, that Black Mirror, that signature Black Mirror feeling you get after watching an episode. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like, just that.
Yes, like what is life?
Yeah, and you just feel really unsettled. It's better than any like horror film, just super, super weird. So, yeah, anyways, I wanted to share and talk about this episode because there is a lot of stuff that we can get into. So, I'll just start with the plot. The plot itself is just really dark and just twisted. So it starts off with this girl and guy. Well, spoiler alert, everyone. This is for people who, you know, uh, have already seen the episode and want a different analysis on it or something. I don't know. But if you haven't seen it and you want to see it, there's gonna be spoilers. Anyways, um, so it starts off with this girl and a guy this was shot in Iceland, so it has some really cool like cinematic scenery that really goes along with the theme of the episode. But this girl and this guy just finished partying, going to a rave together. They're in love or whatever. And he's drunk and they're driving back to their house or something, and then they run over this guy and they kill this guy in like a hit and run accident. But so then they hide the body and throw it in the nearby lake. And so it was a hit and run accident, which is very
Ooh.
illegal. Yeah.
Yes, thank you
And
for that
so
clarification.
yeah, don't do that, guys. And then 20 years later, or a really long time later, um the girl and the guy are no longer together, but the girl is this like world renowned architect. She has a really successful career, and she has this really big secret that she killed someone. Her and her ex-boyfriend killed someone. And so one night, um she's at this hotel for a business meeting or business conference, and her ex-boyfriend visits her and is like, I hi, like, I want to write the woman that was the wife of the guy that we killed. I want to write to her and apologize because I feel so guilty for killing him, even though it's been like 15 years. So this lady starts panicking and she's like, you cannot write her a letter, because to her, everything she's worked for, her career, her family, her picture perfect life that she has is on the line. Because if they find out like she was part of a hit and run accident, right, they're gonna be like, oh my god. I don't know. Is it really that big? I mean, it's a big deal, but she
Yeah.
just is making it a huge deal because she ends up murdering her ex-boyfriend in an attempt to like stop him from writing this letter. So now, not she doesn't have just like a hit and run accident that she didn't even cause. She was just a witness. She now has an actual murder under her belt, and it's
Oh.
like, is it really worth
Mhm.
trying to hide up a past mistake by committing a even bigger mistake to hide it? That's like a really big
Yeah.
theme throughout this episode.
And that's like a common theme in Black Mirror, right? Because
Yeah,
isn't
yeah.
there that other episode where the guy, like, he's on his computer and
Uh-huh.
then like they tell him that he has to do stuff or else they're gonna expose him.
Yeah. I know which one. I think it's Shut Up and Dance.
Yes, that's the one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. I like that one too. Really similar theme. But anyways, so that night, right after she murders this guy, she like witnesses this car crash, and she doesn't think anything of it. So then she goes to like hide the body. And then so then another storyline is there's this insurance company lady. So during this episode setting, it's in the future. They can harvest your memories and try and see like look at people's memories and see what happens. The guy who got hit is trying to sue the company whose autopilot car hurt him, and so this
Tesla.
lady is helping him do that by like finding people's memories and like just getting a clear picture of what happens, because if she can see that the company's car really did malfunction and hit him, then they can win the case. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So she like goes around and she ends up on this other lady. I forgot what her name is. I think the main character's name, the one that just committed a murder, is her name's Mia. And so this insurance lady finds Mia and starts like harvesting her memories. And Mia starts freaking out because, the night that she witnessed a car accident, she also murdered someone. So that's just, so she starts freaking out. And before this car insurance lady could harvest her memories, she went to the bathroom. She's like, don't think about it, don't think about it, don't think about it. And I wonder if you really try hard enough, can you alter your memories, or is it
Forget.
possible to just like forget temporarily and not visualize it? Because it doesn't really access your memories. It's just like what you visualize at that moment, it will look at that. So like the
Oh,
lady
so like,
Karn, yeah, no, sorry, you go.
it's not harvesting all the memories from the past. It's just like
Yeah.
harvesting your thought.
Yeah, that's a better way of saying it. Like they put this thing on your brain and then they'll give you sensory cues. So they'll give you like when the car crash happened, they might give you the smell of pizza because it was a pizza car. And um when when you smell the pizza, you like think about where you were when you smelled that pizza, and then they like look at that thought. So it's definitely more of a thought, less of the actual memory. So you could um trick yourself into thinking something else, I feel like. I don't know, can you? Well, we'll never know. But that's what she was
Maybe
trying
we
to
will
do.
know.
Or maybe we will, Elon Musk.
Neuralink?
Yeah, I saw that too. But what was I saying? Right, so this lady puts the thing on Mia, and then she does the opposite of what she wanted to. She can only think about the murder because she was trying not to think about it. And so the lady doesn't see anything about the car crash. She just sees how she murdered this guy. And then the car insurance lady is like, oh my gosh, like this person is a murderer. And so she starts running because like, I don't know, like Mia's just kind of scary. And then Mia realizes that this lady now has seen her memory of her murdering someone. So she like abducts this lady, like knocks her out, and then is like, does anyone know that you came here today? And then she harvests, like she looks at the car insurance lady's memory and sees that her husband and her family knows that she came today. So she kills this car insurance lady.
No.
So now she has like two murders to try and cover up for a hit and run accident that she wasn't even really a part of. And so then she drives to this car insurance lady's house and she kills her husband. And now she has three murders, all for this hit and run accident. And then she like is about to leave the house, and then she hears this baby start crying, and she's like, "Oh no!" Because like they can harvest the thought of a baby, I guess, if they really wanted to. So she kills the baby. Like now she's murdered like an entire family just to try and like maintain her perfect life. But like, is it really worth it, to kill that many people? Just it really isn't, obviously. But
No,
it's
it's not.
kind of crazy that she did that. And so then the sad thing is the baby was blind. Like he was born blind. So like it's not like he could have seen her anyways. So they now she's like back. So after she murdered that entire family, she has to make it back to her son's rehearsal or recital. And it's just so ironic to see her like watching her son right after she killed someone else's son. And then the police arrive, and the reason why she was caught was because she forgot to kill the guinea pig, and that was in the same room as the baby that she killed, and so the guinea pig, they harvested the guinea pigs like site
Oh,
and like caught her, which was just so ironic, just like classic Black Mirror twist. But yeah, I just thought it
that's
was.
crazy. Guinea pig.
I
Like,
know.
so the guinea pig was thinking about it, but
Yeah, that's the biggest problem with this episode, and that's what everyone's saying. Like, can the guinea pig really like give that kind of information? I don't know
like,
anything about.
is that, do guinea pigs like have thoughts like that?
Yeah, I don't know if they're harvesting thoughts or they just have like short-term memory of what you see, you know?
Hmm. And
But
that's kind of like the other Black Mirror episode where they're like looking, where you can record everything, right? And then you can like
mm-hmm.
look through your past and then watch it like a reel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I think it's in season 1. And this whole episode begs the question, like, if we have this kind of system where we can see everyone's memory, are we going to lessen crime? Or are we going to increase crime? Because it's kind of like the whole, I saw someone say, like, nothing, if you did nothing wrong, you have nothing to hide, that kind of thing, right? But
Right.
I feel like this kind of system just made her commit even more crimes because she now knows that this person saw her commit this murder, so she has to murder them so that no one else can find out about the murder that she did in order to, it's just this like.
Yeah. Well, I think there's the like today, like there's so many policies and stuff like in place to prevent this sort of stuff, or like not this sort of stuff, but to protect individuals. So
Mm-hmm.
like that's why I can't think of any policies right now.
I
But
know what you're talking about. Like, you can't go through someone's cell phone. You
mhm.
can't. Just a lot of privacy. Oh, sorry, I thought it was mute. A lot of privacy protection,
Yeah,
which
because like you might find out something about someone else which might, well, I guess it's not usually like that bad like murder. It's usually like,
yeah,
oh, they're like
yeah.
a single mother. I don't know if they can pay for this. Like it's like stuff like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's also, I guess it kind of relates still, it's like some things are just meant to be kept private,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but also
I
like
agree.
it's the person herself. Like maybe if she just never, like, if she just kind of reported it in the first place, then she would have had a clean slate and maybe faced like the penalties, I guess, and wouldn't have had to go through all of this. So it's like kind of a moral battle and the ethical battle of this new device, right?
Mm-hmm. Definitely, it's a really big ethical issue. Yeah. And I mean, in the end, they did use this device to catch this murderer. Like, if they didn't have it, it might have taken a much longer time. But at the same time, if it wasn't for this device, maybe she wouldn't have murdered that many people.
Yeah,
It was,
exactly. I don't think she would have murdered anyone if.
yeah. Well, she was gonna murder the ex-boyfriend.
Really?
Yeah, she like killed him because he was gonna write a letter to the wife of the person they hit and run, and she didn't want to. She's not a good person, is what I'm trying to say. Like, she was gonna kill this guy anyways, but she wasn't gonna kill the entire family.
Hmm.
So yeah, but it's really, so the reason why the episode is called Crocodile is because you see her after she murders a person. Every time she murders someone, she'll start crying, and so it kind of refers to the phrase crocodile tears, where like you don't really like, you do you really feel bad for what you did because you just murdered like 4 different people, and yeah, you can cry all you want, but you still did it, and with little
Yeah.
to no hesitation. Like, she just killed that baby. And like, if you're a child killer, that's just a whole nother level of insane, in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely. And it also begs like the third question, like you were mentioning earlier,
Mm-hmm.
like how important is this perfect life or this
Exactly.
image of being perfect, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of reminds me of Varsity Blues. You
Or
know,
is that
remember the USC scandals?
the
The
the Olivia Jade one?
Yeah, like
Oh, okay.
how far they were willing to go just to kind of get her into a prestigious school, even though at that point, like if you're that rich or you're a celebrity, you don't really need the
Exactly.
prestigious school, right?
They just wanted the prestige. And so they committed such big crimes just to
Yeah.
get into that school.
I'm sure there's like so many other stuff like that out there, but we don't know.
Yeah, I heard, oh, my dad told me over the past couple years, I think, or like past few months, I don't know when, they discovered so many of these cases, like just a whole bunch. But this sad thing is, like, the mom of the girl who, like, just Olivia Jade's mom,
Yeah.
she was supposed to have 50 years in prison, but somehow she got it down to 5 months. Like, how does that happen? It's because
That's
she's rich.
right. And that's why like like the jailing system or the criminal injustice system, like it's
Mhm.
so corrupted, I guess,
I
for
know.
lack of a better term. Because like if you, as long as you have money, you can bail out whoever you want. You
Yeah.
can reduce your sentence. You can find the best lawyer, and it's like,
Yeah, I saw this thing where this African American woman, she changed her zip code so her daughter could get a better education, and she went to prison for like a much longer time than 5 months. And this lady just straight up paid, like, did so much scamming and so much just sketchy stuff. I'm trying not to cuss. that, and then she only gets 5 months in prison. It's just so unfair. All for this perfect image. Back to what we were saying. Yeah. All
yeah,
just
I
like
like
good.
how we tied that in. Very nice.
Yeah, good job, Katie. No, 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 seriously.
But also like now it kind of gets me thinking like what else don't we not know? Like there's so much stuff that we don't know because we can't look at other
Mm-hmm.
people's memories and we don't have access to that, and for good reasons of course, but also
Mm-hmm.
like what has happened that we're not aware of? Like what if everything in movies is based off of something real?
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know, maybe a conspiracy theory too, like Avril Lavigne and that she's actually dead or whatever. But like, that it is a possibility,
It
but it's just
is.
like we would never know because
Exactly.
we just don't, we can't.
You just
There's
don't
like,
have access to people's memories.
yeah, or
That
like,
whole island trafficking thing that they
mhm.
discovered recently, that is so scary. And the fact that it was going on for decades, it's just crazy.
Yeah, and to be more specific, the island thing is we're talking about the one with, I don't know the name of it.
Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was. I forgot what it's called too. The just like an island sex trafficking,
yeah.
solicited prostitution thing where they like try to get girls. It's like a pyramid scheme where they try to get girls in to these islands, and then these rich guys can just do whatever they want with them, and it's a
Hmm.
really scary thing. And I know on Netflix they did a documentary about this with Jeffrey Epstein, and one of we could just, and then he went to prison, but he killed himself or he was murdered. No one knows. And if we just looked at his memories, like, we could know so much. But then that just draws the line between, like, when is it too much to invade someone's privacy like that? Like, oh, we're only gonna let, oh, we're only take memories from big criminals, but then it's gonna go to like, okay, we could take memories from smaller criminals too, and then it's just gonna start applying to everyone.
Yeah,
It's
and
like, where
once
do we draw the
everyone
line?
realizes that that can happen to them, it's gonna be like, oh no,
Yeah.
like just digging yourself a hole so great. And isn't there that other lady who was with them and then she's like currently in jail right now?
Oh yeah, his wife. She will not admit that she's guilty, even though everyone knows she is. But yeah, I think she's in jail too.
So
Or I don't know
like
if she's in jail.
she's like one of the only people, or maybe the last person, who can call out people who are on that island because they had like a log, or the captain had a log. And what's kind of scary is like, what if somebody goes out to kill her? Like, are they having guards in place to make sure that she's safe? Because if she's the person who can like call out all the people who are there, like maybe people of high power, then I'm sure these people would take like do whatever it takes to make sure that she stays silent. And even if
Yeah.
that comes at the greater cause, that like what you said Mia did in the movie, like to
Mm-hmm.
because they don't want to expose themselves. Like,
Yeah.
if you have that much power, or if your life is that perfect,
They'll
then
do anything to keep it that way.
yeah. And it's like crazy to think about these things because I feel like we're just minding our college apps and whatever, and then you kind of watch something like this or start pondering this idea, and you're like, oh, this is actually like a thing. Like, those movies aren't just movies. Like, they they do come out of imagination, but there are people who do those things, like murder and stuff. Or like, what if somebody like what if I feel like there has to be at least one celebrity who has faked their death successfully. We just don't know about
I
it.
know. I know. That's
Just
what
which
that's what they're
one?
saying about Juice WRLD. Because if you listen to his songs, I don't know. I don't know if it's just a coincidence, but in some of his songs, it says how he's gonna die at 21, and then he died at 21. Or he tweeted like 2 years ago that he was gonna die when he's 21, and then he actually died on his 21st birthday, didn't he?
How did he die again? Was it
A
overdose?
drug overdose, which is
I,
how every rapper dies these days. Not every rapper, but a lot of them, which is so sad. But
yeah.
yeah, I think that's the worst way to die, in my opinion. It's probably not the most painful, but it's very sad
Yeah, it's
because it's so preventable. But anyways, yeah. So yeah, I don't know.
and he wasn't trying to, right?
Maybe he was. Like, we'll never know. There's so many conspiracies about how he faked his death because he always was saying how he was gonna die when he was 21, and then he actually died when he was 21.
Um,
But I don't know if it's true or not. I don't really believe in these things unless I see solid fact. But it's fun to speculate.
Definitely. Or like maybe Michael Jackson is still out there.
Maybe. Okay, it's been like 100 years though, right?
Oh, 100 years?
How long? I don't even know when Michael Jackson was.
Do you think Michael Jackson was in the 1920s?
Yeah, was he? No, he was in the 80s, the 90s. Bro, I don't
Okay,
know.
maybe not 1920s. Let me look it up real quick because we are uneducated about this.
Yeah, sorry guys. Gen Z.
He was born in 1958
Oh, okay.
and then he died in 2009. Yeah.
Right. That's so
1920s, 100 years. Yes. What was happening in 1920s?
the roaring
Something.
20s.
Yeah.
I think the Gilded Age, right? Right before
Yeah.
the Great Depression.
Yeah. That would be a while back. Or
Yep.
but then there's also like the darker side. I mean, it's all kind of dark, but like people are like, what if Hitler is still alive too, you know?
Oh, yeah. He committed suicide too. I think it is so cowardly when criminals commit suicide. Like, seriously, you killed that many people. Sorry, you killed that many people, and then now you just get to choose when you get away with it. I don't like that. Anyways, but I'm not gonna talk about how I feel like they should be punished because that's a very
That's a
touchy
topic for
subject.
another day.
Yeah,
Yeah. Anyways, I think this brings us to our conclusion, right?
I think so too.
Thank you for joining us on our journey for our fifth episode
Oh,
about crocodiles
and digging yourself into a hole, like a deeper hole, to try and cover up for all the
crocodile holes.
crocodile holes. Do crocodiles have holes?
I think they live in the water.
Yeah, I guess those are holes.
I've been seeing a lot of them lately, like even alligators. I don't know, just random stuff about crocodiles or alligators floating and them being really big. Is that just me?
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay. Anyways,
Anyways,
thank you for
thanks,
listening
guys.
to Two
Two
Yellow
yellow girls.
Girls.